10,000 people turn 65 every single day in the United States. And we're building almost none of the housing they're going to need. The senior housing industry is currently projected to fall 50% short of the units needed to keep up with the growth of the 80-plus population, according to Nick Map Vision, one of the most authoritative data sources in this sector. Half. We're on pace to build half of what aging America needs. That gap between the people who are aging and the homes that don't exist yet for them is one of the most compelling investment opportunities in all of real estate. And unlike most investment opportunities, it's not driven by speculation. It's driven by math. Senior housing covers several distinct types of communities, and it's worth understanding the difference. Independent living is for active, self-sufficient seniors who want community, connection, and the convenience of not managing a home on their own. These residents don't need medical care. They just want a lifestyle environment. Assisted living is for seniors who need some help with daily activities, meals, medication management, personal care, but who are not yet at the point of needing skilled nursing. This is where the majority of the near-term demand surge is concentrated. And memory care is specialized housing for those living with Alzheimer's or other forms of dementia. It requires trained staff, secure environments, and facilities built for the specific needs of that population. Each type serves a different level of need, but all of them share the same fundamental characteristic. The people who need them regardless of what the stock market is doing. Senior housing occupancy reached 87.4% in the first quarter of 2025, according to Nick Map Vision. That's not growth driven by a hot market or investor enthusiasm. It's growth driven by the simple fact that more people are aging into the need for these communities every single day. The reason supply is constrained is that building senior housing is expensive, it's complicated, and it requires specialized expertise to operate well. You can't just decide to develop a senior housing community. The barrier to entry is high. Permitting, construction, staffing, licensing, all of it. It takes years and significant capital. That protects existing operators and creates a structural advantage for those who are already in the market. And the demand side of this equation is not going to slow down. We're in the early innings of a demographic shift that will run for 15 to 20 years. The oldest baby boomers are in their late 70s. The youngest are just entering their 60s. The wave is still building. This is the piece that matters most for investors thinking about where to put their capital. An 84-year-old who needs assisted living does not delay that decision because the S&P fell. A family navigating the transition of an aging parent does not put that on hold because interest rates are high or a recession is being discussed on the news. Senior housing demand is not driven by consumer sentiment, economic confidence, or any of the variables that make other real estate sectors more volatile. It's driven by age, by health, by the practical realities of getting older. That's what makes this sector different from almost everything else. The demand driver is a biological clock, not a market cycle. No recession has ever made people younger. We focus on senior housing communities that have experienced operators with strong track records in day-to-day operations, because this sector is not just about acquiring the right asset, it's about operating it well. Staffing quality, resident programming, care standards, and management efficiency are the factors that determine whether a senior housing investment performs. We partner with operators who understand that, and we bring our own underwriting discipline to every deal. We also focus on private pay communities where possible. Private pay means residents are paying from their own resources rather than relying primarily on government reimbursement programs. Private pay operators have more pricing flexibility and are less exposed to policy changes in government healthcare funding. Senior housing is not the most obvious investment story at first glance. But when you look at the demographics, 10,000 people turning 65 every day, a nation on pace to fall 50% short of needed units, demand driven by biology rather than market sentiment, the picture becomes hard to ignore. This is one of the most durable long-term demand stories in all of real estate. And it's one of the reasons we've built it into the foundation of what backs your Freedom Notes investment. In our next video, we talk about self-storage and why economic uncertainty can actually drive more demand for it rather than less. Go to chatwithfreedom.com to learn more about the assets behind your investment. I hope this was helpful, and I hope we have the opportunity to work together.